Hi, my name is James Shepard, and in today's video, I'm going to answer a very simple question that has become really complicated. What is social selling? What is social selling, or what is social media selling? Would really be the title of the video. What is social media selling? And the reason is this question has become this really complicated thing. Salespeople are selling over the phone or they're selling in person, and they're like, oh, I've got to get into social media selling because that's where everything is magical and automated and easy, and customers just flood to you and they ask if they can buy whatever you're selling. So there's a lot of misconceptions about social media and how it's used in sales. And so I want to try my best to eliminate some of these really common myths about social media selling and talk to you about how does Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, how do these things actually fit into your sales process? Okay, so let me give you a couple tips about this. Number one, social media selling, I'm going to give you this really, really simple definition, and maybe it'll get you thinking a little bit. Social media selling is selling on social media. Okay, so think about that. It's not magical. It's not the automated, machine learning algorithm. No. Social media selling is selling on social media. So you have to ask yourself a couple questions. What do you currently do? How do you currently sell? Okay, well, probably you first start by getting data and finding people that you can sell to, right? So you want to find qualified prospects. So what is social media selling? Well, the first thing is you can find qualified prospects. How do you do that? Well, a good example of that would be LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a great social media platform to do prospecting. And the way you do that is by using their advanced people search. And you can go in there and find people that have, the title of owner, founder, that kind of thing. They're in your geographic area. And so you could find people. That's social media selling, because instead of doing normal prospecting out in the field or buying a list, you're doing it on social media and you're finding people and getting more information. Now, it's really a big benefit to do social media prospecting because you do get more data. You can find somebody, then you can look them up on Twitter, you can look them up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and see is there any more information about this individual that I'm trying to sell. So one of the big advantages of social media selling is that you can take this process of finding prospects and qualifying them and move it into social media, and you can do it that way. So the first thing you do is you find qualified prospects, right? The next thing that you do when you're selling is you introduce yourself. So guess what you do on social media selling? Introduce yourself, okay? Couple of really good ways that you can do that. I'll give you three of them, okay? Number one is you can do a in-mail message on LinkedIn. That's probably my favorite one. So find them on LinkedIn and you can send them an in-mail message. In-mail messages cost money, but they're not really that expensive relative to the benefits you get. The cool thing about in-mail messages, if you send one to somebody, so like with LinkedIn, you can only send a message to somebody if you're connected with them on LinkedIn as a first-degree connection. If not, then you have to send them a in-mail message and pay to contact them. So send them an in-mail message. That's number one. You can do that. If they do not reply to your message, you get your money back and you get to send another one. That's pretty cool. Number two is you can send them a Twitter video. A Twitter video. Let me explain this one. This is a really cool way to do it. So if they have a Twitter account, their company even has a Twitter account, the odds are if it's a small enough business, small to mid-size, the owner is probably the one that's monitoring that Twitter account and getting like email alerts when they get an @ reply. So again, you can research Twitter. I don't need to go into all that. You can watch a YouTube video on how to use Twitter if you don't know. But if you're on Twitter, what you can do is you can actually make a video, and as long as it's under 30 seconds, I believe, then you can include it in an @ reply. And I do this all the time. So let's say I have somebody, I find like a business and I want to reach out to them. I'll make a little video on my phone. Hey, my name is James Shepard. I love your Twitter profile here. I'd really like to connect with you guys. I'm local here in the area. Let's get together sometime when we're out in the area next week. Let me know what your schedule's like. And I'll actually put that in a video, and then I'll say at Tony's Pizza Shop, I made a video just for you. And you could even start it out with something more personalized. Hey, I love your pizza. My wife and I eat there all the time. I wanted to stop by and introduce myself, or whatever, right? That's social media selling. The third one is Instagram messages. So if they're on Instagram, you can actually go into the app, and in the upper right-hand corner, 3 little dots are there. You click on it, and then you can do a new message, and you can send them a message. So that is an introduction via social media selling, okay? So what do you do after you introduce yourself? Well, the next thing you do is you try to get information from them. Now, here is where, in my opinion, social media selling really breaks down, okay? this is where you need to go back to traditional sales techniques. Trying to get information from somebody over social media is not very effective. Now, the way that you can do this is you can flip the whole thing around and you can do content marketing, but that's different than social media selling, and I'll talk about that in the next video of how you can use content marketing to sell. But when you're talking about social media selling, that's you taking the thing of finding a prospect, qualifying them, reaching out and introducing yourself, and doing that on social media. Then, once you've made the sale, now you can skip past and get referrals, stay up to date with them using social media. One of my favorite social media selling tactics is on LinkedIn, setting up a search where every week I'll get an email that'll say any new people in my network that are a first or second degree connection that have the word owner or founder in their profile. That gives me a lot of leads every week that I can follow up on that are referrals. So what you can jump past, so it's like getting the information and closing the deal, those parts of the process still need to be done by you. It's not good to do them over social media. It's very difficult. Then after that, customer service referrals, you can go back and use social media. So social media selling is really pretty simple. It's hard work. Just like any other kind of selling, it requires skill just like any other kind of selling, and it requires that you actually do it just like any other kind of selling. So don't get all hung up with social media selling like it's this thing from outer space. It's selling on social media. I hope that helped you today. My name is James Shepard. Thanks for listening.